Well, it's
Are we in session?
his
now?
question. This is just for the board, the summary, or not?
Comment summary.
Is it public? We're gonna put it out publicly?
Yeah, Faith and I were kicking this around. I think what we're gonna do is put everything in a binder when we're done with it, and anybody can look at it then. It's all public.
Yep. Okay.
There've been a couple of people have expressed a real interest in seeing the surveys, so
Okay.
I thought we'll put it in.
The individual surveys
Now, there
aren't,
have
though.
been a couple of people that
No,
have,
we're asking-
Pardon?
The individual surveys are public?
no.
We discussed this
compilation.
early on. We discussed this early on.
Did we? I
If people
don't
put their
remember.
names on, anybody put their
Nobody
names
put
on?
their
it?
Nobody
names
put their
on
names.
them, they're all anonymous. So why wouldn't anybody could read them, I mean,
Okay. Faith has the ones off the internet, which are 40
Okay.
plus,
Plus these.
no, plus the ones that were turned in at the town office,
and they haven't been, they're
or
not
that we
included.
picked up at the school.
Okay.
Yeah, and they're not included in the numbers that you see on the front of that one,
Yeah,
so I'm
that
gonna
has
take
nothing to
those
do
and
with
do the
that.
same thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then will she combine them for us?
No,
Okay.
Now, what,
But we can.
if somebody wants to do it.
Well,
now,
I think we have to.
when I get
Okay.
are we
these
ready,
collated,
are
it
we in
wouldn't
the
be,
meeting yet, or? what's
Yeah.
going on? Okay, so we're at order, roll call.
Point of
call to
order.
I'm just trying to make sure where I am here on the agenda.
Dorothy.
All right, so Faith is you're gonna put together the Facebook and the ones passed in.
Sit down,
yes,
Dorothy.
I'm just coming.
And then hopefully we can
I'm gonna
combine
do-
them with this.
Yes.
Okay.
And it won't be
Take
any
that
job
good
at
chair
all,
over there. That's
once I
all
get
right.
these
Sit.
totals to combine them with these totals
Yeah,
and get
if you need my help,
total totals.
drop me an email.
Okay.
All right, I
Yep.
don't mind.
I wasn't.
Yep.
And just add the comment.
When it comes, if we're talking about this survey, the survey results things, I wasn't going to do basically a statistical, well, it's a little bit statistical analysis, but what I did when I looked at this and I looked at all the numbers, I looked through this list that George gave me a little while ago, and just for a general impression of, you know, if I was going to bin, what I'm used to doing with stuff like this is you kind of bin the comments into similar categories for things that, you know, to get a vision statement, you have to convert, this is data. To make it information, you have to say, okay, what does this mean? What's the preponderance? It may be, it's not a pure statistical thing, but then you put in, okay, like, how many comments tended to support? And the big thing I did get out of this is that a large majority of the responders favored development of the port. Okay, now, there's a little bit of difference of opinion about what that means. But everybody, not everybody, but most of the people, I think, the couple of big takeaways I had out of this was port development and economic development, job opportunities are fairly high on people's lists of things. There are some of the,
Show us where you are, because I'm lost.
I can't show you without, this is going through this and
Through the comments, you mean?
through both the statistics and the comments about,
And that was your conclusion.
and that's, when I
Okay.
look at this, you know, there are some things about satisfied, not satisfied, and that kind of stuff, you know. I haven't done, it was just, when I review something like this, my mind tends to say, okay, how often am I seeing this type of a comment? And the ones that I hear a lot of are the ones that stick out in my mind. And of course, since it's been over a month since I did this, the number that have stayed in my mind has gone down. But the one thing that I did see was, some form of a recognition of the port as an asset in port development. There are a lot of, when you go through the comments, there's a lot of stuff that talks about. The other thing that I did see.
I'm looking, I'm still not sure where we're at here.
You won't find
You
it
won't
there.
find it
You
in
have to
there,
read the
Steve.
whole thing, Steve.
Yeah, I am reading.
It's a general impression from spending probably a half a day reading it and thinking about it, And it's not something that I could do in the length of a meeting. But, that's, like I said, that's the only thing that I can say now. And what I would like to do, and what I intend to do, is everything else that I look at, in my mind, and I'll try to write it down and share it with the rest of the group, is I'll kind of bin these things and say, okay, a lot of people thought this, a few people thought this, some of the things that the people didn't like, I've got to go back
Well,
and do
the
that.
numbers, the numbers here,
The
and
numbers-
the numbers we'll get on the rest should give us all
Yeah, should
kind
give
of a
you,
similar picture about where people were headed with various categories of information.
the other thing I think I got out of it was that there was a fairly large number of people that would like to see more shopping opportunities.
Yeah, well, I think those kinds of things are gonna rise as we
Yeah.
all have a chance to look at all this. I mean, you obviously have had this in your hands for a while, we just got it tonight, so we need time to digest it.
Okay.
These were all part of the email I sent out a month
Yeah.
or two ago.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I thought,
Everybody
Yeah,
should have.
I
gotten it.
read the whole survey, but I'm saying
Yeah.
these numbers where you've collated it
Yeah, well,
help
were.
us to,
There were two things I sent, attachments on that email.
Yep.
One was a summary with those numbers on it. It was a spreadsheet,
yeah.
and it was kind of hard to read. So you should.
I had the spreadsheet without the questions. At first I started to look at it, there was a spreadsheet that she sent out
Right,
that had all of these numbers on it,
yeah.
but they
Didn't
weren't-
have the questions. That's,
but it didn't have the questions. And what
Right.
George and I were talking about a while back was, he and I both started to do the same thing, which was put the numbers with the questions.
Exactly right.
You know. So, yeah, but like I said, when I went through the comments, and I apologize because my mind hasn't been on this too much lately, but, there's a lots of other little bits and pieces, but like I said, the one that sticks in my mind is the port development issues and the historical membership, stuff like that.
well, I print everything he sends us in the email, and I don't have anything to
You didn't have a
post.
spreadsheet?
I don't have a spreadsheet.
It was an EMDC
I must have missed it too.
It was an EMDC spreadsheet, and it was, when I went through it.
Maybe I only opened one of
Maybe I
them.
didn't go back far enough.
It was very difficult
Oh,
to
yeah, right
use.
here,
Yeah, see there it is, see,
yeah,
it just says question this,
yeah,
these are the responses, and it was real hard to tell
yeah.
which responses
I
went with
do.
which question.
Yeah,
I do have it.
you should have gotten
Good
it.
job.
Yeah,
I-
exactly.
I know I print everything you send me, and
Right.
I thought
But
it
It's in there.
yeah,
wasn't.
it's hard to read unless you put it
An
in a
extra
question.
one, Joe.
Yeah,
An
Of
extra-
just the spreadsheet.
yes, I did read
Well,
it.
I can make a copy, sure.
Here we have, I'm sorry, but we kind of took off.
All right, I do have it.
I haven't had a chance, I've just started looking at this, the historical and archaeological resources section.
Well,
Does anybody else want a copy of the spreadsheet?
No, I've got
I've
one.
got it.
Oh, thank you, Bill.
I think the Historical Preservation Committee has done a great job.
Yes.
It's pretty, I mean, I've carefully read about half of it, and it's, they really have done a and they pointed out, you know, what the future needs are too, which should be very helpful.
There you go.
Thank you.
I think the Historical Preservation Committee done a great job.
Yeah, they really did.
This is, you know,
Because I was messing around with the TV, we'll call a meeting to order, and
Okay.
we have a quorum. We have 5 out of 9 people here. And we already have, we're on 4. We review the Historic Preservation Committee's work. Just take that with you, and if you want to, compare it to what we've had in the comp plan now. And you'll see they've updated it.
the only thing
The back of the next to last page is duplicated. Scratch.
no, I didn't.
I kept. Just getting
No, I
lost.
just got to the school section, and I think that could be brought up to.
What happened, Steve? I'm sorry.
Oh, the back, so you don't get lost, this is duplicated on both sides, exact same text,
Oh, okay.
just
What's that, the last page or the next?
next to last page. I know I'm getting older, but I thought, I read that before.
Oh, I see. Huh. I haven't got that far yet.
Well, why don't you all take it home and you can
Sure.
look at that. And you can discuss it next meeting if you want to.
Didn't you send this along?
Pardon?
Didn't you send this to us?
I forget, Steve. I've
I
sent so
don't
much
think
stuff
I haven't
out.
seen this.
No,
This
I
is the
haven't.
first, this is the first.
Yeah, I think Marie
Maybe.
just finished it about 3 weeks ago or 2
Okay,
weeks ago.
I'm
she did.
not even sure it was that long ago, was it?
All right,
I
great.
forget now.
Yep.
I think she handed it out that the meeting
That's,
would have been February's meeting, I guess. Because March meeting was just the other week, last week, and they didn't do anything.
But the point I was gonna make is in the school section,
Mhm.
you know, we're up to where we're back on our own with the local school unit again. Probably that should tell what it is. Because it changes from time to time, and this becomes a historical document, probably should say RSU 20. And maybe by the time we're done, we'll have an answer on our magnet school, and we could add that in.
No,
too.
it could be too.
Yeah, so
No, that's-
just keep that in mind, we might,
What-
it's the next to the last page. It's the page that's
They
duplicated,
should probably,
starts out at the top.
they should probably number the pages on this.
Um, But
Okay.
I think they've done a great job, I just,
Now,
Oh, yeah. She gave me a duplicate of that page. I
Oh.
see why that's been
Yeah.
duplicated. She gave me 2 of the same pages.
great.
how come I've got a disconnect in here somewhere. I go from discussing the water district. In 1995, the town converted to a crowded conditions in the 1920 necessitated classes upstairs in the old fire station on Reservoir Street in Union Hall.
Maybe she's got them out of order.
Something's not flowing right.
This looks like there's a page left out,
Yes.
and then two of another page.
Maybe that's exactly what she's done.
Yeah, because it looks like she's giving you two of this page and not the page that continues on from the water district and whatever.
Yeah. I was trying to say, you got to the school section, where the heck does it start?
I can't see what leads into Hamilton Learning Center.
No, that's the Penobscot most recent acquisition is the,
That's where I'm at, and I
Oh,
can't.
okay, all right, that goes on into that page, okay.
that's
Does
in
it
the
skip over to
museum
the
discussion.
Hamilton Learning Center?
Well, see, they're
Yes.
talking about the Penobscot Marine Museum. And the
most
Marine
recent-
Museum acquired the Hamilton
Yeah.
Learning
Right.
Center.
Yeah, so that follows,
That's,
but it's a disconnect
that's kind of
between,
interesting because that may change.
what may change?
The Learning Center may become part of the magnet school and not part of the museum.
Well, yeah.
They have to
it's
rent
not-
it from them.
Not really part of the museum now, but anyway.
No, it isn't. Yeah, it's, I just got appointed, nominated by the government as part of the board of trustees on that.
Good for you.
Didn't really need another job, but that's not one of them. They asked me to do it, like, it turns out.
So
No.
bring me up to date. You're saying the most recent acquisition is the,
Is the Hamilton Learning
Is the
Center.
Hamilton
okay.
Learning Center.
Yeah.
yeah.
That most recent
Because
acquisition.
technically that belongs
That-
to the Marine Museum.
Yeah. It was donated to the museum.
Yeah,
And that's in next to the last page.
yes,
Yeah,
Okay.
The top of the,
it's the top of the face of the last page.
okay. So anyhow. Yes, I will look at this and,
Yeah, I think they've done a great job, eh?
Okay, I'll see if I can remember to talk to Marie
but, you know,
She's
about
and find out
missing a
where the
page.
missing
where the
page is.
missing pages. There's an awful, looks like an awful lot of information here that's been updated.
Yeah. Okay, so,
So is that committee finished?
What, that
Did he appoint everybody?
five
Or
people,
did-
there
you
were
were
five,
nominated?
there were 5 people nominated, but the legislature hasn't confirmed us yet.
And they
Then
won't all
it's-
be from Searsport,
No.
Oh, no, just,
no.
I think 2 have to be, something like that.
Well, I don't have all of the information on that with me right now. I've got it at home. There's, some have to be from school districts away from here. One has to be a student, one has to be a teacher at the school, one has to be, there's a lot of,
Yeah.
in the legislation, there's a lot of restrictions on what that has to be and who has to be.
okay, so what we're gonna do with the survey is, I guess Steve and Faith are gonna do a recap on both the ones that were handed in here and the ones from the internet. Is that
Yeah,
one?
yeah, and if Steve said if I get bogged down, I can call him and he'll help, so,
Okay, great.
yeah.
Thank you very much for doing that.
Yes, it's a lot of work.
Um, let's move on to 6, reporting notes. Bud, do you have some dates?
Okay, what I tried to call her just before I came down here. I talked to Doris Tripp. We need to pick a couple of dates that are not on Sunday. And there was one other day that she said, but I can't remember what it was. And then I'll go back to her with the dates that we wanna do it, and, well, actually, what she said was pick a couple of dates, or whoever's gonna run it, EMBC or whatever, pick a couple of dates. Basically, the building is not being used much at all right now, so their schedule is very open. Sundays, when they're doing church activities, it's not available. But other than that,
Dorothy, what we're talking about is we're gonna have 3 or 4 meetings
I'll be
throughout
back.
the different places in town to get some input. Basically, the surveys that we sent to each house, only people will come out and give us a more in-depth, detailed. So that's what we're talking about. We're gonna have it in North Searsport, the
we
first
have
one.
in North Searsport, we're gonna have one,
At the Lions Club. We're having one here, and hopefully one with the juniors and seniors at the high school.
and I would almost recommend that you could even go
Sophomores.
sophomores. I'm working with the robotics team up there now, and there's a lot of sophomores and freshmen, people like that, and some of these kids are sharper than I am.
So what's your feeling? A weekend? Is that a weekend night, like a Saturday night, or no, or Friday night, or?
Friday,
Not Friday. I don't think Friday night. So Saturday night might work.
But do people have things to do Saturday night? Go out to eat?
Those that have a life.
date night's Friday, isn't it?
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Yeah,
So
but when you're not,
Saturday's
when
better?
you're married, it's Saturday night. I think.
Yeah.
That's right, when it's quiet.
Yeah.
Depends on,
Probably should be on a weekend to get the most people.
now, they have, in the summertime up there, on one Saturday a month, they have a bean supper.
Yeah.
that They put on, so.
Well,
You can get them to do that.
Weren't we gonna try to coordinate with that or something?
We could, they are willing to support us in whatever we want. I said if we were gonna provide food, if we wanted them to provide food, they'd provide food, and we,
I think
make a
it'd be great
donation
if
or
they,
pay
you
for
know,
it if we
did
could.
something light, but I don't think a whole dinner would
Light, right?
spend too much time eating. Not enough time eating. But I think it would be great to have, you know, to be able to use some of our funds to pay the church ladies to
Cook some-
provide some
Yeah, I'm sure we
coffee
can
and
do that.
donuts.
I'd rather not do it the night of the dinner because you'd probably get some people from Prospect in
yeah,
there. and-
you get, I'm gonna say half of the people in that church group that do that stuff live in West Frankfort.
Yeah.
all right,
So-
and then early evening?
I think early.
Like 6:30, is that what you're talking?
Even 6?
Oh, no,
I'd
about
say
Saturday
6.
night.
People have to get home from work, and
Yeah.
if they've got kids.
Saturday
Well, if
night?
you're doing it on Saturdays.
Oh, Saturday.
You know,
Mhm.
you know, some people work weekends, some don't, you know. They
Well,
run their
doesn't
bean
matter to me,
suppers,
whatever.
they run their bean
That's-
suppers.
Dorothy, you can give us some input too.
I didn't know what your protocol was, so that's why my mouth was zipped.
Thank you.
I'm assuming though that the kids that you were addressing are gonna be during the school time,
Yes, that would
because they're
be.
not gonna come back.
Basically, what we're looking for now is North Searsport, when we
Right.
can have that.
Yeah, we've got to start having some of those public,
How do you feel about Saturday or Sunday or Friday or
not Sunday, you can't do
not
Sunday.
Sunday?
It doesn't really matter, and I'll tell you why. You have, every ways east of Sunday, people have things to do. And it depends on the subject matter that's gonna draw them out to say, I'm not gonna do this tonight, instead I'll go there.
Yeah.
What if we did
So-
Saturday at 6 o'clock with soup and a biscuit? And we could pay for the ingredients and,
Soup and biscuits or chowders,
yeah, or chowder.
I was
You-
just gonna say
or
chowder.
chilies,
Yeah,
depending on the time of the year.
Then you can take it to your seat or,
yeah, I was gonna say something,
If that, I think it should be 6.
yeah.
No, what are we gonna do, April, May?
Let's do it in April.
Yeah, I think the sooner the better. We
Yeah.
need to get going.
April.
can you find out what's open Saturday nights in April? And could be a couple dates, and I'll call the MDC and throw the dates at them and let them decide.
Well,
Give me a call tomorrow. You know, I'm not gonna do it to EMDC tonight, so.
what I'm looking at is, what are the Saturdays in April?
Well, I think you're gonna have to give them a couple weeks, so,
We're talking,
what, 23rd and 30th?
Well, at least there are 5 Saturdays in April, so that's a lot of choice.
Don't forget the 29th and 30th is when they're having that big weekend here with
Oh,
the
yeah.
game loft, with
Yep.
all the history that's going on.
You're right.
And they're gonna be
what's,
having a huge dinner at the Congregational
Okay.
Church that they're renting,
Good.
and down at the Blacksmith Restaurant.
Yep.
And then the
Who's-
next
who's-
night,
what's that?
it's the reenactment of when the British came up chasing the boats up the Penobscot Bay back during the Revolutionary War. And it's the trial of the second in command of that, not Saltonstall, but the other guy. And they're gonna have a reenactment.
Pegleg Wadsworth,
That's it. Yes. Captain
Haven't
Pegleg
haven't
Wadsworth.
heard anything about that.
1790,
That's not the
something.
So the 23rd would be our first choice. but-
23rd.
Yeah.
For
Or
me
the-
is,
Do you wanna go the 16th or no?
16th.
23rd was the only choice for me, because I'm not gonna be here the 16th, I'm not gonna be here
Well, there
the
you go.
9th.
Well, let's
see if-
ask.
Okay.
16th sounds
We'll
good
shoot
to
to
me.
23rd then, see if they're free. If not, you're gonna have to drop it back to May. I forget,
I don't know
What
necessarily
day?
that I have to be here for that, but
The
you think
supper.
I might wanna be here for that.
Well,
part of
yes,
town.
it's gonna be in your part of town, I think you need to be
yeah,
here.
Cause I am.
you need to control AJ, so.
Uh.
Excuse me, I didn't say that, folks.
So we're looking at possibly the 23rd.
Yeah, the 9th I'll
Okay.
be out of town,
And
and
then-
the 16th I'll be out of town. I'll
And
be
then May 7th is Mark's big auction in Palermo.
Okay, so then May 14th would be the only,
May
The next
14th
day?
would be all right, you know.
Now, okay, so you're saying,
April 23rd or May 14th. Is that right?
Yeah, the weekend before is also Mother's Day weekend, so it's not good.
May 7th is Mother's Day weekend? Yeah. I thought it might be.
And when do you open?
That weekend.
Mother's Day.
But I think a lot of people travel that weekend.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
So, can you ask them
Open
about
up
those
camp.
2 days?
okay, April
23rd
23rd,
or
May 14th,
May 14th.
okay.
6 p.m. and,
And May 7th is, that's, we're gonna,
Now,
no, we should be home.
I guess my question, I'm thinking about the timing of it. And
So we have to know if the hall is available first and then
Right.
if EMDC is available.
available.
yeah, I gotta make sure that it wasn't something that she said about a Saturday, that they weren't available. Probably wrote that down and then forgot it.
The
What
more
I'm-
pressing
what
one.
I'm thinking about time-wise, if we're gonna be providing a light snack, is 6 o'clock too late?
So you're thinking if we did like 5:30 and they had 5:30 to 6 to get their goodies
I'm
and.
thinking the demographics is, some older folks like to go out earlier, and some younger folks, I don't go out, like going out to dinner with my kids, cause my wife and I like to eat between 5 and 6, and my kids like to eat between 8 and 9.
So
or
church
9:30,
suppers
10 o'clock.
are usually 5:30, we could do that if
Their
you
church suppers up there usually start at 4:30 to 6:30, and if
Oh,
you
that's
don't
too
get there
early.
by 5:30, there's not much food left.
want. Yeah, wow.
Yeah.
You know, 4:30 is a little early. But that's,
The thing
when they do the church suppers up there, they start serving at 4:30, and you get in there at 4:30 and the place is full.
I think the whole thing's gonna be a crapshoot because the weather will be nice and people will be working outside and
Yeah.
no matter
Yeah,
what
but-
time you have
Yeah.
it.
So I
Yeah.
would say, I
It'll
would,
be light until 7:30,
I
8
would
o'clock.
say,
Yeah, I'd like to
Kind
get
of
a
a
full day of working and then go have a chowder and listen.
yeah,
Yeah, instead of break the day up. If that's what people think.
five
I have to
thirty,
agree
6.
with you. 6 o'clock is,
Yeah.
Okay.
Doug,
I was just thinking that the more pressing one that we need to start thinking about is the school, because they'll be closing.
I'll push him again. Chris wasn't too receptive last time I was talking. Of course, they're tied up with budget now too. And they're looking to hire a principal now, in addition to Chris.
But we're not asking him personally to invest any of his time in
No.
this. He just needs to give us a time when EMDC can come down and
Yeah.
have the captive
Well,
audience
a
of the
time when
juniors
they-
and seniors.
Yeah, when they can have an assembly.
No, now, is that something we're gonna do during school hours or after school?
Have to do it during school
Yeah.
hours if you want,
They're
to get-
gone.
yeah, if you wanna get the kids. And I think we should get into it before spring sports get started. I mean,
Yeah.
you know,
I'll press
because-
them again for a
I
date.
mean, all he has to do really is give us the,
I know, and adjust the schedule
Just-
too.
Yeah, excuse me,
well,
you're asking.
school schedules get adjusted all
Yeah.
the time.
The idea is juniors and seniors? Is that what
Yeah.
we're?
So,
Okay.
well,
So,
yeah.
and they have their blue and white days, so pick whichever day fits best in that scheme and give us the kids for an hour, that's
His
all.
issue might be not wanting to take the wrath of the teachers to give up that time, right?
No, that could be too. I mean, you
Most
were there,
teachers
Steve.
don't
and
get too
Faith,
wrathful
you-
if something is worthwhile
Yeah, if we
doing.
make sure it's worthwhile. And they're participating in a community event, I think
Oh,
it's important.
when we mentioned it to the superintendent, he was very, can corner him, he's busy. I think
Well,
that, I don't think that's the question, I think it's the coordination and getting it done before school
Yeah.
and pinning him down and, like Faith said, we're not asking him to do anything.
I know.
So,
So you think
maybe you
this is
better
gonna
get,
be
but
about
maybe
an
he
hour
could
long?
ask for a point person.
Yeah. Try
I
that.
mean, who's head of the social studies department? That's the person to deal with
Yeah,
it.
that's good, yeah.
There are some people up there that I've been working with, I'm not sure what their jobs is, but
Well, but
there's
it's,
there's an after-school
you know.
programs coordinator that can do stuff, does stuff like that. Yeah, social
Yeah,
studies would probably be.
but it's, you know, I think you talk to whoever's the head of the social studies.
And hope she or he wants to do it.
And
Yeah, well,
we
Yeah,
should
but-
shoot for May on that.
You maybe wanna go before April vacation, which is usually
I
the
think-
third week.
yeah, April vacation will be
Before
the
that?
third whole week.
After the April vacation, it's
Then they're into
tough.
baseball and, yeah.
You said something about the sports program, that's usually in the afternoons. So do you wanna make it like a morning session?
Well, listen, see, would depend on how their blue-white schedule's running.
Okay.
Which part of the day would be better, but,
What's a blue eyes schedule?
I'm not absolutely sure of this, but I think they're still running, 80-minute periods every other day. I don't know that for
Yeah.
certain, because I haven't been up
It's
there.
wet.
But they call them blue-white days, and so the classes meet every other day for 80 minutes instead of 40 minutes. Like when we went to school, 35 minutes or 33 minutes or whatever it was.
An 80-minute class?
Yep.
You're taking high school age kids and trying to hold their attention for 80 minutes?
A lot of schools are doing it, and as I
Yeah.
said, I don't know how the
That's so they can
schedule
do
is.
more, lab stuff outside and
Yep.
so forth.
They do when they start writing, they really need the longer
Okay,
time.
I'll try and get hold of Chris either tomorrow or Friday. I won't be here the following week at all, so if I can't get in touch with him. Bud, do you wanna talk to Chris? or Doug, or,
I don't mind
Well,
going and
I
talking
don't,
to him.
Okay.
I don't mind talking to Chris, I'm just trying to think of when I do it.
yeah, well,
No,
that's,
I'm
I
leaving
don't
at
mind doing
noontime
it. If you-
tomorrow on the
all right,
bus,
let me
I'm
see
going
what
to New
if I
Hampshire.
can't get in touch with him, which I should be able to.
Yeah, then let me know.
I'll let you know.
Starting the 1st of April, I'm only gonna work 2 days a week,
Oh, okay.
so I'll have an extra day back.
He won't ignore Faith.
No.
Hmm?
Does anybody else have any other business to bring up?
So you're gonna get back to us with,
No.
with,
I'll get back to.
to
I'll-
George, if you
I'll-
can let us know what we
I'll-
have for
I'll-
dates.
yeah, I'll get,
See if you can get to me tomorrow or Friday at the latest, so I can call up there and leave your message.
And then you're gonna be away next week.
Yeah, I'll be in
I-
Washington.
I leave,
They've invited you down to speak to Obama.
No. We'll be at the Smithsonian with that.
Oh, with the, yeah, I sent that to our kids that are in DC,
Oh,
because I
did you?
thought they might get
Yeah.
over and see it, and, no, let me know, I mean, I don't
Okay.
mind going and talking to Chris, or finding out who the social studies department person is, and talking to them, explaining to them what we're doing, and
Yeah.
why we're doing it, and how important it is for the kids to have a say, and, so,
I would also like to chime in, and I've had a chance to skim read this, the historical preservation document, and it's quite well done.
yeah, I've
Excellent.
read through it very quickly, but it looks good to me.
Thank
If we can straighten out that page.
Yeah. I'm sure Marie has it someplace. Okay, if not, we'll adjourn them. Well, let's figure out, when do we want to meet again then?
Yeah, that's the
Oh.
next thing.
Or do we?
Sorry, I had something else.
Yeah, please.
Go ahead.
You've heard the selectmen's meeting. At the selectmen's meeting, we've had a couple of people that are very interested in these things. Are these going to be public immediately?
What, the surveys?
Why don't we wait until,
Not until we get them collated.
yeah,
until we finish
till
collating
Faith
them.
and
Oh, right.
Steve
Faith.
finish the other ones, so that
I
everybody.
would like to make an announcement about that, given the pressure they're putting on the
At the
selectmen.
But just tell them we're,
Yeah,
We just got the
Well,
surveys
I
now,
mean, if-
and we're
yeah.
putting them together.
You've heard it all.
yeah, no, that, you know, as soon as, you might as well wait till we get the whole.
I just
plot.
want to give them an update that it's being worked
Yeah.
on.
That we have them all now, at least in
Yeah,
hand.
that we are.
Because
we
they know
them all in hand.
they know we have them all.
But I
They
think we got a
will be-
great response. It sounds like over 250 responses. If
Oh,
you
I
add
said
all
that
up,
from the
right?
beginning. The selectmen
Yeah,
only got
close to
30.
it Probably, yeah.
Never get any
But,
luck
you
on
know,
those.
I think it's a
But we
perfectly
did well. I mean,
fair statement to say that we're collating the results, and when we are finished, they'll be put in a 3-ring binder, and it'll be available here at the
Yes.
town office.
That's what I want
You
to
know.
do, because
I don't
Probably
have a problem
sometime in
with
the month of April.
it. Hopefully, yeah.
Well,
well,
yeah.
are you going to,
as a selectman, I've personally been
Sure.
pressured
Yeah.
about this matter, and I just want to say it's being taken care of. That's all.
Yeah, I mean, we have a plan, and the plan is in the process, and they will be in a 3-ring binder for,
And I haven't been able to respond directly because we hadn't
because we
decided.
haven't met.
So I that's all, just an
And-
update.
Are we gonna scan these?
Two
and put them on
sentences.
digitally?
No.
Okay, so they'll just be the 3-year
Just-
binder. All right,
yeah.
yep.
yeah,
just the
Three-ring
binder.
now, one
binder.
of the things that I've heard in some of your selectmen's meetings is there's some people out there have made the comments that you can't analyze the data, you just have to use it. You have to use all of it. And we're gonna have to explain to people so when we do release the summaries and stuff, we're gonna have to be careful to describe the process that we use. The committee part, we're gonna do it here,
We're
If
not
you
going
guys
to
are gonna-
delete anything, it's all gonna
we're
be
not
put
gonna
out. in
delete
public.
anything, that's right.
Yeah, it'll be out in the public, and you
People-
won't.
I don't know that we have to say too much because they're going to get everything that
I
we
was gonna
have.
say,
Yeah,
if
Just,
they're
we're not gonna
they-
delete anything.
we're not gonna, what we
Yeah.
get is going in the
They,
binder.
everybody
and-
can
I think
analyze it
that's
for
what the fear
themselves.
That's
in the
right,
nation.
they can, yep,
And I imagine we'll have a few hundred different opinions.
that's
Some of
all
it
right.
isn't really applicable to what we're doing.
That's right.
Opinions are
But,
like
you know, it's out
belly
there.
buttons, everybody's
But at
got
least
one.
it's, yeah, it's a good
And,
process.
and again, this was a great response, in my mind.
Yeah, that's,
Absolutely.
I didn't
Steve, you
expect
came
it.
in late, but that's what this 9.6% is. 194 is 9.6% of all the real estate accounts we have. Then we had another 40 that were off the web,
Right,
and I don't know whether there's 39 or so that were handed in.
Yeah,
so another 80.
The thing is, people have to realize there could be a lot of duplicates in here too.
cause we have no way of knowing if
Yeah.
somebody filled out 2 surveys.
I
There's
was
no-
concerned about that, but looking through it isn't obvious that they are.
Well, there's absolutely no way to guard against it. When
Right.
you're doing a public survey,
Right.
I mean, anybody could get theirs in the mail and photocopy it and fill out 10 if they were so inclined, but
Yeah,
I
that-
tend to
yeah.
think
It's a lot
most
of work.
people are, well, I tend to think most people are fairly honest and
Yeah.
there's nothing to be
I mean,
gained.
reading the written comments, I don't think that those.
Where you get duplication are the ones that were done on the web.
Right.
Because people did those, maybe didn't realize we're sending out a mass mailing.
Mhm.
That could have happened, but
And also the ones that were turned in here and at the school. They
And there was
could
a
be,
little bit of differences in some of those surveys.
they could be duplicates.
There's
without
not
my
motivation
loss.
to do much duplication because there was so much room to make comment
Mhm.
that I think
I didn't want to do it twice.
I don't, I tend to think.
it's like
most
filling
people-
out best of the best. Do you ever get that? You see that?
Yeah.
Too? You have to fill out 50 of them.
Yeah, there is some
If you get
duplication.
through it once, that's enough.
There is some word for word, if you look at it. Not many, but there is some word for word
Yeah.
duplication. Okay, well, next meeting.
Oh, yes, that's where we were, next meeting. Are we sticking with Wednesdays? Is that the general
Try to.
consensus?
Okay, this is, we're gonna try to meet before our April 23rd date.
Maybe
Well,
just
13th.
before, should we wait until Faith and Steve get
Yes.
done?
Yeah.
So you're thinking into April?
Thinking about the last week in April maybe?
Well, we probably should meet before we have our public meeting,
Yeah.
which could be the last weekend in April. No, that's not even the last weekend in April.
No, it's the 23rd.
Um,
Do you wanna
20th.
do the 20th?
April 20th would be
yeah, that would
the
be.
Wednesday before our first date
Public
that we
meeting.
Possible.
Yeah.
possible public meeting.
Yeah.
You think it would be done?
Oh, yes, I mean, that's, yeah, I think that's doable, and I certainly would
The
have.
20th
time
is
to-
fine with me. That looks good.
Now,
you
are we
okay
going
with
to
that?
meet at 6:30 or at 7?
That was my next question.
6:30.
Well, we said 6:30 and nobody got here till 7.
Oh,
6:30.
You wanna do 6:30? The only people that don't do it are the select people, and they meet at 7. I think every other committee
Group
meets
is
at
6:30.
6:30.
And when we have workshops, we have 6:30.
Wow, yeah.
That's all
By
right
the
with
way, the notice was for 7.
Yeah, I know.
I
How,
checked.
how did the notice,
The agenda said 6:30.
Right,
the agenda said 6:30
Radio
and at our
Searsport said
last meeting,
7.
we said
Right.
it was gonna be at 6:30. So
Right.
all those for 6:30 next meeting, raise your hand.
okay, 6:30.
All those opposed?
All right, April 20th at 6:30.
Any, did we do public comment officially? I guess.
I think
Okay.
Dorothy's had some public comment.
All right, good.
Anything else?
I just went by the time that was from Dick.
Oh,
So
Yeah.
I killed a half an hour. I was here by 6:30. I went over to the Dino's and sat there eating a
Yeah.
hamburger.
Well, when
so I could come
Harriet-
here at 7.
Yeah, when Harriet put the schedule out, she put 7 down
Yeah.
and picked it up off of Harriet's schedule. So.
Okay,
Did you have anything else? Okay.
I'm learning.
All right.
Thank
So
you.
with that, we'll
Thank you,
adjourn.
guys.